Weathercast. Here's KATC Chief Meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, not a bad start to the week with temperatures still getting in the 90s, but those dew points down. So it's been feeling a little bit better in the evening, also during the early morning hours. I think we have more of that for a good part of this week before Mr. Humidity comes back in full force as we head into the weekend. And with that, probably a better chance of afternoon storms. So let's take a look at the big picture as we look at the water vapor imagery. We can thank this big upper level trough for not only bringing in somewhat drier air and weak frontal boundaries, but also shuttling Isaias well away from the Gulf of Mexico, impacting the East Coast. Now, with this generally dry northwesterly flow aloft, you usually don't see much rain chances, but occasionally you'll get a disturbance that comes out of the high plains and runs all the way down to the Gulf Coast. And we did see a few showers today with one disturbance. This other disturbance to the west is going to miss us, and we're going to see a few more over the next couple of days, but we're going to keep rain chance 20% or less pretty much for the bulk of the week. Meanwhile, as we get down to the tropics, relatively quiet across the Caribbean and the Atlantic Basin. Good news here, and a little bit of a disturbance that the Hurricane Center is watching. They've lowered it to about a 50% chance of some development, but not a Gulf threat this week, and I think this percentage is going to go down unless we see a flare-up here over the next, say, 6 to 12 hours. Meanwhile, Isaias back up to a hurricane with 85-mile-per-hour winds, pounding coastal South Carolina and North Carolina, and the center of the storm making landfall just to the south and west of Wilmington, North Carolina, and this is going to be a rough night across much of North Carolina. 85-mile-per-hour winds, gusts to 105. They did find a flight level at 10,000 feet, 117-knot winds, so that's a healthy upper level part of a storm, but that's not translating to the ground, and it's not overly organized, but the gusts offshore just above a few hundred feet above water level, probably over 100. So this is a pretty respectable little hurricane. It will weaken to a tropical storm, but notice tropical storm warnings go all the way up through Maine, and this is going to be a wind damaging storm across portions of the mid-Atlantic. Tropical storm force winds greater than 50 miles an hour here across the Delmarva Peninsula, DC area as well, and very high chance of tropical storm conditions all the way up through the New York metro area into New England as well. So this is going to affect a lot of folks over the next 24 to 48 hours. Meanwhile, for us, we're sitting high and dry with generally fair skies, and that's the way it's going to go through tomorrow morning. A mostly sunny day tomorrow. Again, a few widely scattered or isolated storms, mainly southwest Louisiana and along the coast, and then we'll do it all over again as we head into Wednesday. Mostly sunny skies prevailing, and we're going to keep that north wind around, so that's going to keep the humidity relatively comfortable. And tonight it allows temperatures to get down into the upper 60s to lower 70s. Northern parishes, lower 70s, I-10 corridor, and lower 70s down along the coast, which is about 3 degrees below normal. So a pleasant evening overall. 72 your low tonight, 92, 93 the high tomorrow, but the humidity still in check. But if you're out in the sun, it's pretty darn hot out there. Rain chance tomorrow at 10%, 20% or less for the rest of the week, and into the front end of the weekend. Could see a slightly better chance of storms this weekend or early next week, but overall, pretty good looking pattern with daytime highs each and every day, lower 90s, but those overnight lows coming back into the mid 70s as we head into the weekend. But as long as we're not talking about the tropics here in the Gulf of Mexico, Marcel, we're in good shape.